Don't quit. That's part of the deal. It also looks like persecution. That was verse 20, where he says, man, they'll chase you. They'll put you to flight. We live in a cancel culture, don't we? I mean, come on, step outside of the coronavirus. It's kind of taken over. Our culture, up until this point, has been a cancel culture. Even now, if people tell you what you don't want to hear, it's almost like you just mute their voice. Spiritually speaking, the same thing happens. People will try to run you off, shut you down, shut you up. Persecution will make your faith harder, sometimes even illegal. And then the extreme of this persecution is death. That's in chapter 16, verse 2. This is an extreme, but it was very real. They would not only be put outside the synagogue, they couldn't go to church, but they would even be put to death. And the people putting them to death thought they were serving God. The Apostle Paul is an example of that. Before his conversion, he was putting Christians to death, thinking he was actually serving God. All over the world, hundreds of people lay down their lives every year under Christian persecution and become martyrs. Ask Jeff Walters, who serves all of our campuses at Pinelake as our global missions pastor. I said, Jeff, can you tell me a little bit about persecution worldwide, just what our missionaries are experiencing and kind of what's going on? And he quoted some statistics from an organization called Open Doors. And he said right now 260 million Christians live in a country and in a culture where they're highly, highly persecuted. They're being arrested, experiencing violence, and even death. 9,488 churches or other Christian buildings last year were attacked, torn up, or burned down. 3,711 Christian believers last year were detained, arrested, sentenced, or imprisoned. 2,983 Christians were killed for their faith in our world. This is 2019. So what was happening? What's going on all over the place? Look, there's persecution there. Some of our own Pinelake missionaries who live in countries where persecution levels are very, very high are telling us, in the midst of that though, because the people of faith, the Christian people, the church is being strong and persevering, people in these cultures where there's high persecution, even death, are coming to faith. Some, because of the testimony of Christians, even in the midst of the coronavirus, are open to hearing about faith and life in God. These believers are seeing God work.